Hi, my name is Constantine Stanovich, and welcome to People in Perspective. Here with my guest, Dan Stanovich, who was a Vietnam-era veteran. Hi, Dan. How are you doing today?
Good, Constantine. How are you?
Good. So, like most of these stories start off, he was drafted. So, how was that experience?
It was terrible, but I survived it. You get drafted, you go through the inductions, physical testing for 3 days, and then you go to basic training.
So, did you get a phone call, or was it a letter?
It was a letter from my friends and neighbors ordering me to report to the induction center on a certain date. That's how it happens.
So, after you were drafted, you went to basic training?
Basic training for 8 weeks, Fort Knox, Kentucky, yes.
So, what did you do in basic training?
Well, they try to get you in physical shape. I was about 19, 20 years old at the time. A lot of physical exercise, and they teach you how to fight, they teach you how to shoot, they teach you, or they try to teach you some discipline, okay, to follow orders and things like that.
So after basic training, you went to advanced training?
Advanced training in Fort Gordon, Georgia, outside of Augusta, for military police training.
So how'd they get you to the advanced training?
Well, from all the tests you take for 3 days, they evaluate you and they determine where they want to send you.
So you were higher in your class for basic training?
Well, when we took the test, actually there were only 3 of us that went to Fort Gordon, Georgia, so I scored higher.
So were advanced training and MP training the same, or were they different?
They call it advanced training. You could have went to armor school, infantry school, communication school. It's all advanced training.
So then you went to Germany, and how did you get to Germany?
Well, after graduating from the courses, they flew us to Brooklyn, New York, put us on a boat for 8 days, and we went to Bremen, northern Germany. Back then, there was still East and West Germany.
So how was the boat ride there?
Well, always asking questions. The only person that knows anything is the mess sergeant. And he said, when you get on the boat, make sure you eat. You got to eat every day or you'll get sick. Unless you have some terrible ear problem or something that may cause you to be seasick. So the first day, the line was about 3 blocks long on the ship. Second day, I was number 1 because everybody was sick. Or not everybody, but most of the people were sick. It wasn't funny then, but it is now.
So you arrived in West Germany?
West Germany, yep.
What year was that?
1965.
So did you have to cross any borders? Because was there any way from the sea to Germany, or did you have to go through countries?
Oh, well, we went straight down West Germany on the train, and they dropped us off at our company headquarters, Schaffensburg, West Germany. And then they pick you up and they take you and they indoctrinate you and get you settled for a couple days, and then they ship you off to the town where you're going to work.
So you worked in Würzburg, Germany. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
That was our company headquarters. Würzburg was a vital spot during World War II. They had a lot of fighting went on there. They didn't like the GIs very much, but that's the way of life.
And then you went to Bad Kissinger as an MP?
Bad Kissingen, yes, as an MP for 17 and a half months. It was like street duty. You worked with in Germany, they have 2 kinds of police. They have county police and city police. Here they would have state police, county police, and city police. So it was interesting work. You saw a lot of things.
And then you went to Frankfurt, Germany for a discharge?
Well, after the time was up, they discharge you. They send you to Rhein-Main Air Force Base in Frankfurt, West Germany. It takes a couple of days to get you a ticket, to get you settled, get you on a plane. Of course, when I was walking in the airport, my plane was taking off, so I had to stay a couple extra days.
So how many extra days were you at the airport for? Or
about 2.5 days.
Anything that happened while you're there?
Well, they had a couple terrorists try to attack the people taking the tickets.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, everybody's standing in line, and this crazy guy walks up and starts punching the 2 ticket takers, so to speak. So we had to disable them until the local police came and took them away. So
were you involved in trying to take him down?
Yeah, we took him down. We held him until the police came, and then they took him away. Yeah, it was always something.
So you didn't take a boat back, you took a
707, they don't fly them anymore.
What was the plane ride back?
Well, they had civilians on there, dependents on there. It was loud and noisy, and for it was about 8-hour flight from Frankfurt to New Jersey.
So you finally made it back to New Jersey, and then you had to wait 3 days, right?
Another 3 days at Fort Howard. They'd have to do all the paperwork, and then if they owed you some separation pay, they would give you the pay in cash. They had armed men around it was a small little fort just for office duty probably. And they gave us some money, then they shipped us to JFK and bought a ticket and came home.
What did you do in those 3 days?
Well, next to the fort was Wrightstown, New Jersey, Fort Dix, New Jersey, hellhole on earth. It was built on a sand mound. And we did nothing, stood around, tried to eat, wandered around, and waited for time to pass.
So then while you were at the base, they gave you enough money to go home?
Yep.
How much money did they give you?
Maybe about $300. The plane ticket back then was about $200, I'd say.
And so you made it back to
O'Hara Airport. We landed, and then got transportation back home.
So then, what did you do after you got back home?
Well, I took a time off to rest. Saw some of my old friends, decided what I wanted to do, and I thought maybe I'd be a Berwyn police officer because of so I went through all the training and tests, and then I said to myself, I don't want to do this. So I enrolled at Morton College, went to 2 years there, 2 years at Roosevelt University, and wanted to be an accountant. In the beginning, I wanted to be a pharmacist, then an accountant, then I became a CPA, and life moved on, so to speak.
So did you stay in contact with some friends from the...
Well, it was only a short period of time, actually 22 and a half months I was in the service, active duty. So 2 years, a lot of things change, and they don't change. People stay the same, some people change, move on, do other things, and so there were plenty of people around that I had known from prior. And a lot of them also were in the service and got out, and at the same time, and unfortunately, some people died. Unfortunately, some had to go to Southeast Asia at the time. In '65, President Johnson sent a massive troops to Southeast, 500,000. So in Germany, it was a minimal force left, and we were always on standby orders, but I'm 72 now, I was 20 then. That's a long time ago to remember a lot of the details.
So that's all the time we have today.
Okay.
Thank you for coming, and this has been Constantine Stanovich, and that's People in Perspective.
Thank you.